Good evening and welcome to this special Island Stat Sports Talk. I'm your host, Earl Baston, and joining me is the president of the Bermuda Karting Club, Mr. Scott Barnes, who also, Scott, we have the countdown to the ever so exciting Rock Island Grand Prix. Let's first start off, obviously, with what's going to happen on local soil. We have the karting club's 2022-2023 season fast approaching. What's exciting about the upcoming year for the club?
Oh, yeah. Like you said, first off, we're getting ready to go back racing here in 18 days. Our first race day will be September 11th. Looking forward to another great year. A lot of exciting things to come this season. I think the main thing for me is the continuing growth of our youth program. We started up a rental youth program a couple years ago, and it's been growing really good the last two seasons, getting new kids involved. And now actually four of those kids that started 2 years ago are moving up to our tag junior class, getting bigger, faster karts. So it's exciting to see them working their way up through the ranks. So very excited to see how they do with faster karts and faster motors. And just overall, just excited to see the club growing in the right direction, getting more adults, more juniors in there. We're definitely trying to push for a street race at the end of the season. Just excited to go back racing. Hopefully,
Sure.
This is the first time in 3 seasons that we don't have to deal with COVID. So yeah, just looking forward to a normal season.
Yeah, I mean, you guys kept the excitement going even through the challenging times of COVID. What's some of the lessons learned through that you can actually improve on post or pre-COVID that you wanted to change around anyway?
I think the main thing we learned was COVID sucked. But no, the main thing is teamwork. With our committee, like I've talked about before with you. Having the right set of people on a committee for any club is key, right? People that help grow the sport. And we were lucky enough the last bunch of years to have good people step up and join our committee. And, we got a good team again this year, and people that want to see our sport push forward in Bermuda and do whatever it takes to get that done.
Yeah. Well,
teamwork, keep pushing,
yeah. I mean,
finding ways to go racing.
Sure. Now, you had a large class of what was it, stock?
Yeah. Last year, our biggest classes probably were the stock shifter and the 206 senior.
Right. Can we see those numbers increase? Because it's always good to see more traffic because it makes it a little more exciting. I know, you have to really pay attention a little more, but the more on the track makes it that much more exciting. Can we see that increase? Have we had a registration increase?
We haven't. We got our final sign up next week. But, talking to everyone, I think pretty much everyone that raced last year is coming back. And there's I've heard of 3 or 4 new guys already coming out, a couple new juniors. So I think the classes will be at least the same, if not bigger than last year, which is good. Shifter class looks great. 206 senior class looks great. Like I said, we'll finally have 125 junior class. Okay. We haven't had the last 3 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
Now with these little kids stepping up from the cadet junior class this year, we'll have that class back in. We might even have our 206 masters coming back. We haven't had that in 2 years.
Right.
Over 40 years old. I think I've heard 3 or 4 guys wanting to come out this season and start that back up. So it's good to have the older guys back, or will be good to have the older guys back. It's good things. The club's growing and going in the right direction, and just want to keep pushing that forward.
Sure. Now, prior to the season starting here, you have a very important event that you usually take part in, and that's the Rock Island Grand Prix, which is the weekend before. Now, how has preparations for that gone for you, and will we see anybody else from Bermuda competing?
Yeah, this is probably my favorite weekend of the year, Labor Day weekend. I've been at Rock Island Grand Prix every Labor Day for 20 of the last 22 years. I love this weekend. It's a fun race. It's a street race. I love street racing. So definitely excited to get back there. I'm doing 9 classes out of, I think, 15 that are possible. So it's going to be a tiring weekend. 4 different karts, over 206, KA 100, and shifter. And I haven't been racing in a kart since March, or sorry, May. So the last couple of seasons I've been doing races during the summer in the Pro Tour, so I've been able to keep up my seat time. I haven't been in a race in 3 months, so it's going to be a little difficult. I'm going to try to get down to the track here locally next week to try to knock off some rust. But yeah, 9 classes. I think I'll have plenty of seat time on the Saturday to knock off that rust and get to racing. Unfortunately, no one from Bermuda is coming up with me this year. I'll be representing Bermuda myself. Last year was great. We had David Barboza and Mark Tucker. They came out. And those guys did great. Unfortunately, they're not able to come this year, but it'd be nice to get more locals out to these overseas races and see what that's all about. So, definitely trying to push my guys to come out as much as possible and do some over.
Sure. Now, with 4 karts, it's a lot of work, not just for the driver, but also for your pit crew. Who are some of the guys that will be in your corner who will work on the kart that you're not driving in preparation for the next race?
Yeah, so I'll have 2 tuners, full-time tuners on my 4 karts. One will concentrate on the shifter and the KA, and then the other one will concentrate on the 206 karts. And I'll actually be under a new team this year. I'll be under Magic Racing out of the US of A. They currently have the number 1 shifter driver in the country right now, in AJ Myers. So it'd be nice to be under his tent. He's racing there for the first time this year. So it'd be nice to, get their information from them and share data. So yeah, looking forward to that, and just looking forward to getting back to the street racing.
Sure. I mean, it's exciting, and hopefully we can get a street race on island, at the end of the season, like you've indicated. But just break down for us the last few years of frustration of the COVID restrictions and what now people can expect now that we're kind of back to somewhat normalcy as spectators.
Yeah, it's the last 3 years has definitely been frustrating. Once we were right in the middle of our season, and that kind of got completely shut down. And then the next season, we thought we were in the clear. I think we started the race season COVID free, and then right back into restrictions and no spectators. And then some days we could have spectators, and it was limited, and we were doing split race days. So now, we're looking forward to just getting back to quote unquote normal. Having our spectators be able to come down there. We only charge $5 to get into the pits. We can get our food vendors back down there and make it a whole day where the whole family can come down and enjoy exciting racing and spend time down at the track.
Sure. Well, what we'll do is the week before you get back into race, well, obviously you'll be racing abroad, but the week before the race, so week after next, we'll get back with you and some of the drivers just to talk about what they're anticipating for this season. I think it'd be good that we, kind of get people, really up to date on what's going on and how people plan out the season, because it's a long season, but it's valuable because you want to build up as many points as you can as the race season goes on. So you don't want to miss too many races and lose ground on your competitors. So we'll get back with you and talk about the upcoming season with some other drivers. How's that?
Yeah, great. I think this, like, just getting into the points. This season is going to be a little different from the last two seasons. The last 2 seasons we've run 2 championships. So we've run 10 races and 5 races for 2 different championships. This year we're going back to a 15 race championship series. So every race day, you're building up points. It's a long season, like you said. I know of a lot of go-karts that got brought over the summer. A lot of brand new karts coming to the island. So a lot of guys are spending a lot of money on the sport and taking it very serious. And with that, there's a lot of carts for sale on the island too. So anyone new trying to get into the sport, if you're a kid from 6 to 12, we have rental carts available for kids to come down and jump in and race with us. And if you're an adult and you love racing, you love speed, and you've always wanted to try to get into karting, there's plenty of carts on the island in great shape. Hit us up on Facebook or Instagram, and we can help you get started in go-kart racing.
All right. Well, Scott, thank you very much. We'll be in touch. Good luck next weekend. And we'll talk to you when you return in anticipation of the start of the 2022-23 Bermuda Karting Club race season. Okay?
Awesome, Earl. Thanks very much for the support. Yeah, we look forward to go back racing in 2 weeks.
Not a problem. Good luck next week. Talk to you. All right.